What's up? So I've owned this van for just over a month now, so I figured I'd give you guys my first impressions of owning a 2024 Storyteller with a family of 4. So we'll give you guys the good, the bad, and the upgrades. So let's be honest, these vans are pretty expensive. So can you drive it right off the lot and use it? Or do you need to put some upgrades in it to make it more useful? If you're new here, my name is Mike. This is Two Brother Adventures. We are a family of 4. We have 2 toddler boys, Owen, who's a year, and Mason, who is 3. So let's jump into it. Top 3 things that I love about the Storyteller. Number 1 is the exterior of the van. It just looks badass. We have a 2024 Retro OG mode, which is essentially the classic with this darker gray color, which is essentially classic with just a darker color. But we have some awesome tires on the van. We have the striping on the side here. It just looks really, really cool. Number 2 is going to be the Groove Lounge. This is what made us purchase Storyteller over some of the other vans on the market. For a family of 4, laid that Groove Lounge completely flat, and both of our toddlers are able to lay comfortably on one on each side, and they can sleep there comfortably. All right, number 3 is going to be the electrical capabilities of the van. So far, we've had no problems with the battery pack in this van. We've used the air conditioning several times overnight, and the battery has no problem keeping up with the air conditioning. I think the lowest we've gotten down to is about 60% charge on the battery, and is using the air conditioning overnight for probably between 10 to 12 hours. I think in the middle of summertime, when it's 90, 100 degrees out, in the middle of summer, we may need to plug in to run the air conditioning overnight, but I think that's only going to be 1 to 2 months out of the year. So I really don't think that's that big of a deal. All right, let's jump into the negative of the vans. Here's 3 negatives that I found with the van. They're not in any particular order, but number 1, we'll start off with cost. These vans are really expensive, but for us, we look at it as creating memories, as allowing us to have opportunities to make memories with our children at their young age. Whereas when they get older, they might not want to travel with us. It might be too big for the van to have a family of 4 in here. So we decided to do it, although it may be a stupid financial move. We're in a place that where we can do it, even though it may not make financial sense on paper. Number 2, I really hate to put it on there, but it's going to be the shower and toilet setup. And I hate to put this as a negative on there because it allows us to have the Groove Lounge because of the shower where it folds out of the cabinet, and because the toilet is not a fixed toilet, we can lower the Groove Lounge and make that a bed. But I say it's a negative is because for 2 reasons. 1, usually we shower at bedtime before we go to sleep, and you have to dry out that curtain before you roll it up. So that's kind of a negative where you have to let it sit out there to dry. And second, you have to pull the toilet out of the shower pan to keep it accessible overnight when you have the Groove Lounge folded down. So though it's not that big of a deal, just a minor inconvenience. And then number 3 is things break in the van. On our first trip, we had the water pump go out on us. And although it was a $75 part, it was an inconvenience. So we reached out to Storyteller. They were very responsive. They were able to 3-day ship a new water pump out to us, and we were able to have it replaced within a week. But let's talk about upgrades. Do I think you need to upgrade this before you start traveling with it? Unfortunately, for how expensive the vans are, I think you do. For us as a family of 4, space is limited. There is some storage in the cabinets up there on the top, but it's not a ton. So there's 2 upgrades that I think as a family you need to have. That's going to be some kind of exterior storage. That way you can store your freshwater hose, your gray water hose, your electrical cord, all the things that are kind of dirty that you don't want inside the van. That way on the inside you have room for toys for your kids. You have room for a stroller or a wagon or some sort of things like that. And the second is in the back, I think you need some kind of garage storage system. When we purchased the van, we had I believe it's the GSS from Canyon Adventure Vans. which stores a ton of stuff in there, and I really don't know how we would have all the stuff in there neatly organized without some kind of garage storage system. And then one upgrade that I wish we had that we don't have is upgraded window covers. So the window right by the Groove Lounge, our boys love to just pull the window shades down when they're trying to go to sleep, and it's kind of frustrating having to get up multiple times to put the cover up there before they fall asleep. Another negative with the window shades is having to put them up when you go to park somewhere, take them down when you want to go drive somewhere, and then store them. They're not very big, but when you fold all of them up into a big bag, they do take up a decent amount of room. So at some point, I would like to upgrade the window covers to the Canyon Adventure van covers. They magnet to the windows, and then they kind of stay on there, and you can zip them up and down to get access to the windows. So I think it'd be a nice upgrade to have. That way we don't have to worry about the boys ripping the stock window shades off. All right, so that's the good, the bad, and the upgrades of owning a 2024 Storyteller for 1 month. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments. Again, this is just my opinion as a family of 4 after owning the van for 1 month. So periodically, as we progress in the van, I'll keep you guys updated and let you guys know if my opinion changes. If you got value out of this video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week.